How's it going, man?
Going well, how are you?
Welcome to the week. Welcome to Hawaii.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice to fight here.
It is. I'm excited. I've never been to Hawaii, so
never, huh?
No,
Nice.
first time. So I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Fight Week as best as I can.
A little bit different feeling to walk into the hotel than like in Uncasville or someplace like that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just really trying to enjoy it. You know, sometimes you put a lot of pressure on yourself because it's Fight Week, but I made a deal with myself. I want to, go to the beach, walk around, not just immerse myself in the hotel and be miserable, but I want to enjoy Hawaii, and it's been good. It's been really fun.
Does that help you in a fight week to be able to go out and do some stuff and distract yourself instead of, like you said, just kind of being locked in your room, I guess?
Yeah, for me, I like to just, go to a coffee shop, walk around, be with my coaches. I really don't like to be alone, so here it's nice. The weather is good. Go to the beach. I'm not much of a beach person, but I'm enjoying it here. So
sand is awful. I hate sand.
I don't like it.
Talk to me about opponent change the week of the fight. That's obviously never a great thing, I would presume, but when did you find out? Were you already here, or had you not left yet?
No, I found out like on a Thursday. I was at swim class with my son, and I got a call from Ali, and I immediately knew it was going to be something. And he just said, the first words I said was, the auto is out, right? And he's like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, yes to whoever you're going to ask me to fight, because it's pretty much my answer all the time. Yes, yes, yes. And I immediately sent it to Greg and Brandon, and we went to work.
How much more important was it to you to make sure that you had an opponent, given that, you had such great momentum before that last fight, and then to have it shut down by an injury, the way things went, if you would have had to not be able to have a fight this week and not be able to get that feeling of getting a win again and had to wait a few months, how much would that have sucked, I guess?
It would have sucked for sure, but I would have adjusted. But I just called Ali when I got cleared with my shoulder. I said, I want to fight as soon as possible, that I can fight in April. And I've been in training camp, and even after the surgery, I didn't really take much time off. I was straight into rehab and lifting weights, eating good. So I feel like I've been in camp since my surgery. I didn't take a time to get fat and just, as a vacation. I really rested and worked out. But it would have sucked to not be able to fight. I love doing this, and I'm really happy that Rodriguez stepped in, and it's a tough opponent. I'm not taking him very lightly. He's a southpaw. He's under Matt Serra and I believe Ray Longo. Those guys are great coaches. And I'm not a guy to take anything for granted. I've lost in this game. I've been humbled. And yeah, we're not taking this guy lightly. But I've fought southpaws, and I have, I've finished a lot of the southpaws. John De Jesus and Aiden Lee. So we quickly went with the coaches and reviewed our notes, and we're ready.
Is there something that's, I guess, maybe almost like a shot of adrenaline when you are in a situation like this, when you say, all right, here we are, we get 8 days to prep for this guy instead of 8 weeks. Can you turn that into a positive and not be looking at it as a nuisance to have to scrap everything that you thought about in camp in terms of maybe a game plan and figure out what you're going to do with this guy on such short notice?
Yeah, but I'm really happy. I fought Adley Edwards on a week's notice, so I've been in this position before. And one thing that I think is really good about the coaches that I have, I've been with them for going on 9 fights. So we have so many notes, whether it be southpaws, crazy strikers, guys on the ground, and that's the beauty of having a striking coach like Brandon. We just go back to the notes, figure out what his tendencies are, and study. I don't really put too much emotional value on anything. I just have to go out there and fight. Simple as that.
Aaron, obviously you just spoke of your excellent coaching crew. You're no stranger to working with high-level talents. You're a pro. You've got plenty of skills to build on. But in regards to your training and prep, can I ask you, you're obviously still young. You've got your prime ahead of you. But as you know, this sport's very hard on the body. You have more experience than your MMA record shows. So let me ask you, even though you're still a young guy, do you kind of absorb some of that almost veteran mentality as far as working smarter, not harder, after seeing, obviously, the injuries that can happen both in and out of the cage?
Absolutely. Last fight was a big wake-up call for me. I work really, really hard, sometimes a little too much. But one person I can really, I owe a lot to with recovery, nutrition, and all that stuff is Sam Calavita out of the training lab. Before this fight, I flew to California and met with him and did VO2 max, did all that stuff, and put a plan together as far as my weight cut and stuff. But one thing I had a question about is just writing out a routine for the week, for 8 weeks, and to literally, like, sometimes this camp it felt like it was just smooth because I wasn't overworking. And I had a tendency before my prior fights to really, like, maybe I'll just do one more practice or this, or, you know, one extra run. And I really listened to all my coaches and myself, my body, and I think that comes with age and experience that sometimes, like you said, it's not always we got to grind. And I really owe, you know, Coach Cal and all my coaches. One thing, my coaches are very open-minded. When I say I'm tired or something's tweaked, most of the time they'll tell me to rest, which I need because we all know that I'm tough. I've been in this, I started wrestling when I was 4 years old, so I can go through hard practices. But sometimes it's reassuring that my coaches are like, the best thing is just to rest, and because I don't like to take practices off. So when I'm not feeling good, I usually call coaches and say, hey, you think I should rest? And their answer is always yes. So I really do have to take care of my body, and I live a really healthy lifestyle. And last fight was a big wake-up call.
Fantastic, and obviously learning that lesson at a young age is going to be nothing but good. But just one more on that. In the past, were you basically one of the stereotype of a young fighter, or wrestlers often get the stereotype that they train a little too hard? Was that more of you? Is that what you're trying to say early on?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think a lot of people get insecure, and I'm one of them. Sometimes I'm always like, did I do enough? But I've been at this game and wrestling from 4 years old, and one thing I can honestly say for this training camp, I did a lot of drilling. That was the most important thing, you know. With Jordan and I, we would meet up early in the morning and just drill for an hour and a half, and the reps. And I think that's going to play a factor into my longevity of my career. Sometimes you don't need to always go hard. I mean, I'm known for going hard, and I think a lot of people don't like that sometimes. But I drill a lot now, and I think that's the way to go. Go hard when you have to, but reps on reps, you know, like when you're wrestling, when you're a kid, I've drilled thousands and thousands of high crotch doubles, singles, you know. So why is MMA different? You just need to drill. So
absolutely. Last one from me. Obviously, you're a pro. You're here to fight. Not a fan of the beaches, but Hawaii has got some underrated horse culture out here. You're into horses yourself. Is that something maybe you want to do? Do a horse riding tour out on the islands, get a different scenery? Is that something you're into?
I would love to. I was telling Jordan and Brandon, I said, I really am not much of a beach guy. I don't go to the beach much, but I'm really enjoying it here and soaking it all in and learning about the culture. It's awesome. But one day I'd love to come back. I have friends that live in Hawaii and really explore this beautiful island.
Hey, Aaron, K. Williams for Can Chronicles Media. Congratulations on the speedy recovery.
Thank you.
After a tough injury to your shoulder in Bellator 286, what new ways have you found to improve your mental toughness? And also, who supported you in those dark times?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really let myself get too low. It was an injury that happened, and there's nothing I can really do. But my coaches, my mom and dad, and myself, I had a great therapist, Brittany at Elite OSM. I didn't really feel too much, I didn't feel sorry for myself. I said, I asked the doctor, I said, when can I come back? He said, you'll probably be back 4.5 months, maybe 6 months. Then I just went to work. I didn't really feel I didn't really have any dark times. You know, feeling sorry for yourself at the end of the day, let's just be honest, nobody really cares. It's just that simple. And I just got to work.
Right on. And what are your predictions on the outcome of the match?
Well, I have to be very disciplined in this fight. He's a check hooker. He throws a lot of wild kicks, but I have to, I just can't get greedy in the fight. I have to pick my spots. I punch very, very hard. I don't think he's ever fought a guy that's hit as hard as me. But I think one key word for the fight is just staying disciplined, because I am going to hurt him. I'm going to rock him. I'm going to take him down. There's a lot of things that I'm going to do. He's never felt pressure like me. and he's a guy that's never been stopped. He's a veteran. He just kind of survives, but I just got to listen and not get greedy, and I think it's going to be a great night for our team.
Good luck out there and welcome back.
Thank you, sir.